Sup, dog? I got a shot on my pinky today. You see that shit? They put like some cold bullshit on it, and then they put a fucking long ass needle in it. Stung. Now, why did I get a shot on my finger? Because I was shift Wing too hard. So when I make fun of all you retards just shift Wing to death because you're fucking dumb, I only say that because I am one of you. And I got the injury to prove it. But today we're going to be talking about the medium class, and it's going to be this video, the downfall of the medium class in the finals by Hash Browns. So this is Hash Browns 9,700 and whatever. It's whatever number your order is at McDonald's. But the tagline of the downfall in the medium class was very clickbaity. I want to check it out. Computer enhance. Magnetism 1000 says, as a 1,400 hour medium main, I see two ways to fix a medium. Give medium a fourth gadget slot to improve the medium's flexibility and utility. Move the heal beam from specs into gadgets to allow the mediums to increase survivability, while also providing heals like the other two classes able to. I gotta say, you need some more hours because that idea sucks. Okay, if you move healing beam from specialty to gadgets, what are you going to replace the ability with? If you're going to take it away, are you going to give something to replace it? If I give you devil's advocate to just take it away and put it as a gadget, medium either needs a big hitting hard like explosion RPG type of effect, or maybe like a teleport. I know you got shockwave where you shoot the shockwave and you get bouncy bounce, but I think maybe a teleport would be pretty good. Only for the medium though. It might be a little bit too broken. Fourth gadget slot, I will agree with you, that might be more better, but I don't know. All right, Zolum says buff heal beam, triple medium defib and heal beam has entered chat. Yeah, I've played with those people before and it's kind of funny because they're all just like reviving each other and healing. They don't even do damage. But if they all have 3 F cars, you know they're serious business. User, I'm not really a hacker. I'm secretly a furry with long socks. With an AI Lewis Rossman clippy art. They should show up medium's utility in general. They should have the strongest utility in the game, not light. That is what should be their niche because it has a balance of offense and defense, not just support. Most of medium's utility is outshined by light's utility. Better healing, better movement, gadgets, better terrain, better tracker, blah, 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 blah. Read more. Oh my God, we are not reading this shit, dog. Stick to being a furry and programming socks. All right, Def Knox, who's super deaf, he says medium buns unless you have a headband on Revo. Mr. Meaty, number 1. Hey man, great video. Just some feedback for the video. Mic volume was fluctuating in volume quite a lot throughout the video, sometimes too quiet and then too loud. Is that how you spell quiet? Is it really with an E? All right, so some people have some ideas of doing an extra gadget or just taking the ability away and just mix matching. I think the 4th gadget slot might be nice, but in my head, my autistic head, I feel like light is the DPS class, heavy is like the burst, but like your very defensive class, and medium is just support.
Downfall of the medium class has to be studied. What is going on, guys? Your boy Hash here today, and I want to bring you guys this video because it's been on my mind for of the medium class has to be studied. What is going on, guys? Your boy Hash here today, and I want to bring you guys this video because it's been on my mind for a couple of seasons now.
Audio is good, right?
Basically,
yeah, audio is
seeing
good.
This trend happen over and over again, and I finally want to go ahead and break down a video on why it's happening. So at one point in the meta, the medium class was, I'm gonna be honest, a must pick for everyone. Everybody wanted to have a medium on their team because of the healing, because of the defib. What has happened?
That's true.
The last 2 seasons, the medium class has gotten quite a bit of love with the new specialization, new weapons, a whole plethora of balance changes.
I could tell you why. Healing beam is very, very strong paired with a heavy, but light has a healing beam that's more instantaneous. You do that little like pew, 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 and the health just instantly grows. The medium one, you can't really like lob it. You got to get close and put like a little leash on him, like a dog. And then you just got to keep charging while it heals. Now it's still strong, but the light has more power, more player power, if I say so myself. You know what? I also remember, I think it was Hyperborolamic or maybe his friend Veritas, Project Veritas. It was one of them. I forgot. It was like months ago. They mentioned this. and it still was in my head. The gentleman said he doesn't like defib because it only shaves off like 1 second. And after playing a lot of light, I would grab my friend's totem, I would like Spider-Man onto a roof, and then I'll just revive. With a full revive, you get your full life, your full ammo, your full powers, your full everything. The defib, yeah, it's quicker, it shaves off some time, but you get that summoning sickness, and you can't use your abilities. The only thing you could do is just use your primary weapon. You have to wait a bit in order to use your gadgets again, and you get half-life. I still think defib's good because if you're in a pinch, just getting a quick revive is very strong. Because if you do have a healing beam, you can just get him back to full health. And if he's a heavy, you have a meat shield again. And then you get your friend back, and that's just more power. But I still think to that moment where he doesn't use defib, because you rather use mines or like a jump pad. And I keep thinking about it because I think he's right. Again, like I always play light, and I seem like I'm the medic. I'm always reviving medium and heavy totems, because they all shift W and I have to pick them up and Spider-Man out and then revive. And as soon as I revive him, the other guy's dead. So I got to go back, get the totem, Spider-Man, revive. And the first revive that just revived, well, he's out and he's dead now because he went by himself. And I'm like, oh, hold up, Rambo. I'm trying to get your bud. And then I get the revive. And then I go back and I get the totem and then I Spider-Man again. And after like 8 revives, I'm like, why even use a defib anymore? Lights are strong and heavies are strong. No one wants to use medium because there's not a lot of player power.
But for some reason, in ranked and competitive, the class is just not falling into the meta whatsoever. Why has it that almost all pro teams have switched over to heavy light? Or last season, light heavy? There is a weird thing going on right now on why this class is not being used, and it's a couple of different reasons, and I want to go over all of them with you, and I want to go over some solutions. I don't want to spew out why this class is not being used.
I like it. Solutions. Sierra, baby.
Solutions to the problem and make it so that the medium is actually viable once again. Don't get me wrong. You can still be a medium player and be very good, but when it comes to rank play, competitive, this class is not touched as much as it should be. And I feel like the best possible way to be able to have a healthy game is having everything be used. So if you guys enjoy finals content just like this,
I kind of agree with that, but you don't want everything to be used. Things should be used in certain situations.
Go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for watching all the videos. Let's get straight into the video. To truly understand this, we have to look way back. We have to look back that the medium class truly had a identity when healing.
What we do, we go back.
Was only basically on the medium class. The medium class was seen as a support class. It had its own true identity that kept it on every single team. Every team needed heals. With the introduction of season 7, this is when it was all changed. We got 2 new gadgets that really shook up the meta and really changed the identity of what this class was meant to be. And it gave everybody the option to heal their team. That being the introduction of the healing emitter, and then also the introduction of the H+ infuser. This gave the possibility of every class being able to heal, and this honestly was the start of a crazy downfall for the medium class. Every single
weird, really? I've only been playing this game for about 3 months, so I'm very new.
Light player was carrying the H+ infuser, and they still are, and almost every single off-meta heavy was carrying that healing emitter, and these 2 things changed the meta so much, and I actually think these 2 things shouldn't even be in the game, but that's just my opinion. If the medium class wasn't the best at healing, at least...
What do you mean it shouldn't be in the game? I mean, if you're just going to take healing away, then you get like what? Counter-Strike? I'd rather play Counter-Strike than the finals. I play finals for the like kind of pseudo-realistic, but also the craziness. It's the only game where you get a bow user, a gun user, a knife user, a sword user, a hammer user, mines, grenades, glitch, gas, blowing up a wall, making it invisible, Spider-Man with a gun. That's the finals.
We had the DMAT, right? No, you're wrong. The DMAT had such a huge nerf compared to when it was first introduced. There is so many nerfs that the thing has gone through to the point where it still feels very weird and clunky to use. So the mobility of this specialization still wasn't the greatest. But what about the great guns that
You know what? That's the thing. For the DMAT, I only know the DMAT for the last 3 months. I kind of like it, but it's got its uses, and I'd rather just blow up a wall. I don't want to temporarily open a wall and then like close it. I feel like sight lines are really important in this game. You want to blow up a wall and then just shoot in. Kind of like how would they do in like Rainbow Six Siege? They get like a little murder hole and they look through the wall.
are on medium? The repeater, nerfed. The FAMAS, nerfed. The F-car, nerfed.
They nerf all that? Really? Back to what you said earlier, if the DMAT was that nerfed, I kind of want to see how it was back in the heyday. It sounded like really good.
These are all good weapons that should be in the meta right now, but the thing is, anytime the medium gets something good, it never lasts forever. But what about that new specialization on medium, the shockwave? That's
I could understand why that comment said this, the audio issue. There's somewhere it's low, now it's high.
good, right? That's using comp, that's using rank play, right? No, this is just a fun specialization. Just mess around with a couple of your buddies. This is not a competitive specialization at all. So the medium class doesn't have the best gadgets, doesn't have the best weapons, doesn't
Gadgets. Did you say gadgets? Let's go back again.
at all. So the medium around with a couple of your buddies. This is not a competitive specialization at all. So the medium class doesn't have the best gadgets, doesn't
Gadgets. Don't rhyme with the letter F, sir. Gadgets. I say gadgets. Is it gadgets or gadgets? Is it gadgets? Yeah, Inspector Gadget. Yeah, Inspector Gadget. I play Minecraft with brown bricks.
have the best weapons, doesn't have the best specializations, doesn't have the best movement. What does the medium class have? This brings me to my point. Here are the things that medium class should have.
Good.
Its
Tell
own
me,
identity
dog.
and a couple of ways to make this class actually viable and be seen again in the meta by a lot of good players. So I want to talk about specializations. I do not want to nerf anything. I only want to buff things. The shockwave, I think, is
Perfection, dog. You know, all jokes aside, for seriousness, I'm a huge fan of buffing. I have seen games where the mob rules and the dev just caters to them, and their game's destroyed. Just pick any fighting game. If we just think about like Street Fighter and like, let's just say Ken's Shoryuken is like really strong, you'll have like a million people online saying, oh, it's so good, you gotta nerf it. Instead of actually learning not how to get baited by the DP, you know, actually learning how to fight in the game, they just spam the dev to just nerf it to the ground. And then guess what? Everybody that did Shoryuken Ken, they're not gonna play Ken anymore. They're gonna go for the next best thing. It's gonna be Ryu. And Ryu Shoryuken. And then you're going to have more people to complain like that Shoryuken's too good. And then no one's going to play Ken. No one's going to play Ryu. And they're just going to go down the list per character. And then you're just going to realize, why am I playing this shitty game now? I think the best way to deal with nerfs and brokenness is just give everybody tools, man. Give everybody the fun. Give everybody the power. Or give them power in a different area. Yo, Shoryuken's too good? Give a character teleport. Teleport's too spammable? Give another character an assist. Most of the games that have all those like wacky shit in it, fans just love it and they'll play it forever. So yeah, man, you're a smart guy. Buffs all the way. To buff.
Let's stay exactly how it is. So many people think that it may need more to what it is. But the thing is, you have to be using the shockwave as just a fun movement-based specialization. That means that we need to have at least 2 serious specializations on the medium class, that being heal beam and DMAT. We have to get rid of the clunky feeling of DMAT. We need it to be as very much smooth as it once was when it first initially got inputted into the game.
So it was good because of the smoothness. You know, I barely use the DMAT because it is kind of clunky. There's like a little bit of lag. I'll get out my thing and I'll demat a thing and I'll turn around and undemat it. But if I don't do it in like a certain rhythm, it just doesn't work.
The healing beam just needs to be better than the H+ infuser. There shouldn't be any reason a gadget should be better than a whole specialization. This just means they need to buff the healing beam in some sort of way to make it so that someone isn't picking the H+ infuser to heal over the actual specialization on the medium class. I'm not saying that the medium class should be designated to heal, but It should be the most favored because it has a healing specialization. So let's talk about gadgets, because Embark really just says that.
So, whoa. You want to buff the healing beam. Will that solve medium? It might. Might be too good. I think in the beginning, the medium needs a new specialization or a new like gadget that's like its own. Like thermal bore for light is its own gadget. Heavy has the RPG. Medium has what, like a different mine, like a glitch mine, jump pad, zip line. Medium needs its own gadget that's like really strong, that you're like, man, I'm going to pick medium because of the gadget. Or you need a new specialization that doesn't fucking suck. I mean, light has what? It's got the dodge moves, right? Goes left, goes right. If you're going in with your M11 and you're just dashing around shooting, you're probably going to net a kill or two. If you want to shoot from afar, you just Spider-Man up there and you just poke him with your sniper. And if that's not your fancy, you just cloak. You just go invisible. Nobody can see you. Aim for the head and just blast them. All of those are really strong. Heavy's got a tackle. You just go as a linebacker. It destroys walls. It destroys people's morale. It's got goo gun, and you just goo up everything for defense. It's got winch to pull them over, and it's got mesh shield. All of those are good in almost any situation. I've seen goo used offensively, defensively, mesh the same, winch too. Now you look at medium's powers. He's got healing gun, which most people use. Turret, which is kind of like a gimmick, and it either works really well or it's just garbage. And in my opinion, it's more lean towards the garbage. You can shoot the turret from super far away, and then you don't have anything else. You got DMAT, which is good for like diving in, rush down. You can like use it kind of defensively, like, you know, DMAT, get the box down, close up the wall, and then go for a steal. And then you got Shockwave. I barely see anybody use Shockwave for an offensive way. I thought I would see a lot of people just use it and just get people off a cliff and just get easy kills. But most of the time, I barely even see it used. The only time I see Shockwave used is for medium to get the ball, put on the ground, and then they jump, and it blasts them for like 2 feet. Hell, I think the medium's jump pad and zipline could just take them farther. So why even pick Shockwave when you have the gadget already to just take you there? I think medium really needs a power that's just its own, that's also really strong. Hell, if we're in the buff game, just buff Shockwave. How about like a fully like charged Kamehameha Shockwave and you shoot it? Maybe it just blasts a hole in the wall. Or maybe it actually does damage to the enemy. And that would be really fun. Just think, as a medium, you like store up the energy. You're like, you shoot it, guy gets hit, gets the damage, life goes half, sets him back a bit, and then you get your bottle, your lever gun, your crossbow, whatever, your F-car, line it up, and you just delete them. That would be really cool.
The medium class is the first one to die, and it has no sustain in high level lobbies. So let's give it some sort of buff to basically play against these invis players, because I swear I have to spam proximity mines and glitch traps to be able to even move around the map freely as a medium player, just so I don't have to get ran up on by an invis player. Maybe
that's real talk, dog. I think that invisibility is just a problem right now because you see it everywhere because it's that good. But if you find them, they just get deleted. Always keep that in mind. Every time you think, man, cloaking's too strong, well, they can't like Spider-Man their way out and they can't dash away. So if you find them, you can eliminate them.
We increase the distance of a proximity sensor or add a additional glitch trap. That would help so much when it comes to a lot of these invis lights. To make medium almost a direct counter to invis, which should automatically pull it back into the meta because of how many invis players are running around. If we're going to talk about,
maybe just give them thermal vision. They're trying to rework thermal vision, but just make that a power for medium.
Weapons, we have to bring the FAMAS to the front because this gun used to be so good. It still is pretty decent, but I think it was a couple of seasons ago, they basically introduced a really weird recoil pattern to this gun, which made it so weird and uncomfortable to use. It's still definitely viable. Reverting that back to
what are you talking about? It's a burst gun. Makes it's always like that.
Actually somewhat usable. We need to talk about the why. Why should we pick up the medium class for comp?
Yeah, why? Tell me why.
For competitive, we need
it's for support, right?
Why this class should be used within these team comps, because right now there is no reason why, when the light class does everything better, the heavy class does
There is no reason why. Let's see, anytime I want to do medium, okay, we're bashing on medium, but let me give the pros. You pick medium because you want to play CL40, and you pick medium because you want to use Riot Shield or Dual Sword. I think the Riot Shield and the Dual Swords, they didn't do so hot this season. Heavy Hammer and Light Sword is the winners, but they are really strong and they're able to block bullets. I was streaming a few days ago and we met a team and they had 2 shield users and 1 medium with a shotgun. One had shockwave, turret, and I think heal beam, but it doesn't matter. What matters is they track 1 user. They have 2 shield guys coming at him on different angles, and the medium just peppers him with the shotgun. I have to tell you, that was kind of devastating because even if you just got rid of 1 shield, you still got another shield coming at you. If you get rid of the shotgun user, the 2 shields are able to pick him up. I don't know. It was just really good. So you play medium for that. But other than that, if I don't want to play melee or blow things up, I usually don't pick the medium.
Everything better, and I think it's because medium should honestly just be a super heavy support class overall. But I want to know from you guys, what would make it so that you pick up the medium class? Is it a new specialization, which I'm guessing most people are fine with the specializations that we have now on medium? Is just that some of them are just not good or good enough to play at high levels? Is it buffing certain weapons? Does the F card need another buff? Does the repeater need another buff? Does the FAMAS need another buff? Or is it the gadgets? Do you feel like you're designated to use certain gadgets on the medium class? I know a ton of people feel like that. If you're running no defib, they feel like you're completely just throwing the ranked game, which I definitely think that's not what it should be. I think you should be able to use whatever you want and fit into whatever your team is playing. But let me know down below into the comment section. I'm going to be replying to a lot of your guys' comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day.
Again, thinking about more, I usually use medium for either melee or CL40. FCAR, AKM, and P90 are like the gun choices for the class, but I'd rather just play light or heavy at that point. That video, we'll give it a little like, dog. There you go. Hash Brown, you're right, man. I used to play medium all the time because I thought defib was really strong, and then now playing light more and more, I think light's the medic, dude. Either I do this and pick him up, or I just Spider-Man out. And I'd rather Spider-Man out. Just go on a little rooftop with me and my totem and revive. I'm playing less and less medium, and it's because of the gun choices and the specializations, the gadgets, everything. Like one thing I had an issue in the game is just the walls. How do we blow up the walls? So I played heavy because he's got RPG, he could tackle the walls, he has more destruction. And then I found out that light has thermal bore. So I get the strength of the DPS class with its guns, and I could blow up a couple of holes. So I switched to light. Every time I pick a medium, I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice. I'm losing player power for just support. And in any RPG and any MMO, not a lot of people want to be the cleric, dude. They'd rather be the rogue or the warrior or the wizard. But after watching your video and starting to think about it a little bit more, let's just buff the medium, dude. Let's do the shockwave like Kamehameha. A full charge will net you a explosion for a wall or damage to the opponent. Buff DMAP, make it not clunky. And turret, you know what? How about let's lower the life of the turret, but you get 2. Because if I'm the sniper, it's like, what, 3 or 4 shots, it just kills a turret. But then that means you have no turret. 2 turrets would be annoying, but I think it will work. But that might be really over buffing. Yeah, man, good video. Medium class. I don't think a lot of people are playing it. And if they are playing it, they're doing a team composition that's very dedicated to it. At that point, just pick a light. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.